That would be not good. We'd have to go back and do the whole.
Over.
Doing the minutes.
Thank you, Matt.
Yes. We'll call the meeting to order. I'll read the land acknowledgement. We are on the land which has long served as a site of meeting and exchange among indigenous peoples for thousands of years and is the home of the Western Abenaki people. The Charlotte Library honors, recognizes, and respects these peoples, especially the Abenaki, as traditional stewards of the lands and waters on which we gather today. In that spirit, today we will begin by acknowledging that we are guests in this land. We need to respect and help protect the lands within our use. All right, so we'll start with the board meeting minutes from February.
I wasn't there, so I'm surprised to see how many other people were there. It was a really well attended meeting. Wow. Was that, Peter Macchia, was he there just for information?
He was part of the DOI group.
Inclusivity thing, yeah. Yeah, they weren't there just for the fun of being at a library.
Although I think they had fun.
I think they did.
It's not that fun.
See any corrections?
Nothing from me.
Here, I have one correction. I wrote Earth Week on the director's report, and it's Earth Month.
I may have said it, but who knows?
So, when that was there, we have to have a motion to accept the minutes with the change, correction.
Sure. I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes with the update from Earth Week to Earth Month.
And I'll second. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
All right.
And we all agreed that the cake was delicious.
We definitely. Alrighty.
Public comment. We do not have anyone on board today, so yeah. Chairman's report. I don't really have, just that our budget passed. Great. So that's positive. We will have a new board member, Carol Patton, so welcome her. And welcome her more fully next meeting. And also hopefully our select board liaison at that time. So
This is moving this meeting right along.
Yes.
I'll check the score in a minute.
You guys might still make the second half.
All right, so we'll skip the select board update and we'll go to the treasurer's report.
It's in your packet. There is no treasurer yet, so I guess I'll give you the rundowns. So one thing that's not reflected in here is that we had a $900 electric bill for February because there was so much snow stuck on the solar panels at the town garage that they generated hardly any solar power
Really?
that month. So I talked with Wolfger, I talked with GMP. That just is how it is. So he doesn't think it's, he's like, you'll make up for it as you keep
You
going.
will, right?
So
I'm constantly told you can't, even if you cleared it every time in February, in the winter, you're just not gonna get a lot of.
because of the daylight hours.
Yeah,
and-
and
yeah.
so really, you have to look at it on the total.
So it's not even about the coverage, it's about the amount of,
Right, I mean, it'll
Daylight.
help, but it's
It's
insignificant.
yeah.
Every time I go out, because we have a tracker and I'm always cleaning it off and it's a
Yeah.
sunny day and it's
Huh.
Dan's like, it's not gonna.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
You can't help yourself.
Got it.
Wow, that makes me feel a little better because we'd had a power, it wasn't a whole outage, but a brief power
Mm.
Yeah.
here. And so I went around and I reset all the timers and everything. And I thought, well, maybe actually it's like 85 degrees here at midnight. I don't know, but Wolf assured me. So that also makes me
Okay.
feel better. It's,
Well, I saw sitting out there is a graph of sort of the energy usage of.
yeah,
That's been
yeah,
great, over the years since it started. And it looks
yeah,
like
it's nice.
it's making a lot.
It is, it's making a big difference. I mean, God.
Yeah.
So that will go up a little bit, because that wasn't factored in for February. We didn't pay that bill till March.
Okay.
But everything else, I mean, maintenance is over, that's been over for a while, and we still don't have the snow plow bill, so
Mm.
but I think we're okay enough in other places that except for postage, apparently, we're
Okay.
but everything else is,
Was the printer build?
the
in-
printer has not yet been billed.
Okay.
But I mean, I think that I don't think it will put us over.
Okay.
And we like our new printer, so.
Good to hear.
Just out of curiosity, that $900 for February energy, is that
Mhm.
compared to last year?
Compared to last year, that is less,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah. So,
So without the town garage solar panels,
mhm,
but with the coverage and a
Right.
gloomy day,
right,
it's still,
yeah,
okay, I got it.
for
Okay.
some reason, that was.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Less than last year. All right.
I don't know if we,
Neato.
yeah, and it was a lot
Efficiency
colder
at work.
this year
Yeah.
too, so. Which I'm factoring into a lot of things. Anyway, any questions about this?
Nothing for me.
The snowplow, we're paying half of it with.
Yeah, with the town hall.
Okay.
Is that who they voted on last night?
They voted on the mowing.
Okay. Is it the same person this last?
I didn't, that was in one of the ones they decided to put out. They haven't made the decision yet because they wanted to look into.
Okay. You're right.
more depth
Okay.
in
Did they have a
Contract.
snow plowing bids?
They did last fall. There were only 2 people that bid,
Mm-hmm.
and the person who got it did a terrible job, so I hope
That's
they
what I
don't-
was wondering if
I
that's
hope
what we
they
were talking
don't.
about last night, but
I hope they don't hire that operation again, because Jake ended up doing most of the snow shoveling.
wow, really?
Yeah, it just,
Huh.
I mean, not the parking lot, but the sidewalk, it
sidewalk.
wouldn't be cleared.
Oh, were they supposed to
Yeah.
do the sidewalk
Yes.
too? Oh,
Yeah.
And even the parking lot, I mean, there was one day, Jake wasn't in, so I did it. Georgia was coming in and it was like ice all over. I thought there would be no way for her to get in the door or even out of her car, so.
Mm.
And so the idea of a town handy person has been put on hold until.
So one thing that came up last night, Natalie also mentioned the repair reserve fund, or I can't remember the term she used. But that got me thinking we need to bring back that handy person idea,
Yeah.
because that person could also be, I mean,
well, she did.
pay them
support-
to put the weather stripping back on the bottom of the door.
Yep.
She did support it for next year.
Yeah,
Right.
Yes.
yeah. So I think we need to keep reminding them of that for sure.
So remind me, was there any kind of reserve fund built in anywhere?
Do you remember during town meeting? They talked about it, they talked about the Trails Reserve Fund, and then they referenced that whole bottom part of some page of the town report. And that's when Lee got up and said, well, you don't normally cut from the reserve fund because that's the money you want to have going forward. And
Mm-hmm.
Kelly said, oh, well, we had to cut somewhere or something. I don't remember exactly what she said, but anyway, so I don't know. That would be a question for our liaison.
It's very confusing, all the talk about a reserve fund that I don't ever think it got put in.
Should we get a Bitcoin reserve fund? Should we do that?
Yes.
Yes, we should.
So what's the question for Natalie?
What's the status of the reserve fund?
Two things, right? It was
And the handy person.
Yeah.
Because I guess that'll be finding bids, right? And would that be for us to do?
I think it would town-wide, I mean, that way you could pay that person a reasonable amount of money, because there'd be enough stuff for them
Right.
to do.
Yeah.
All around.
Mhm.
So it needs to be in the selectmen's budget for next year.
Right.
And the reserve fund, we would all be paying into it? Or would we, the library, have our own reserve
Library
fund?
reserve.
That's the part that I don't understand, this reserve
Yeah.
fund versus the capital.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I spoke with Nate, he said, no, the library is a town building, so you wouldn't have your own fund, but if you ever needed funds, they would be available
Mm.
in this fund over there somewhere.
The reserve fund or that,
I think they're trying to make it as a capital fund, a fund that would be for improvement in buildings.
okay,
What the fire department has.
Yeah.
They've got a reserve.
Oh, they
fund for
do?
capital
Okay.
expenditures, because they know that they're always gonna need an ambulance every 8 years or.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that makes sense,
Building expenses and things like that.
okay.
But as far as we know now, there's no reserve fund that we could tap into.
There is, I mean, I asked him, I said, if the roof falls in,
Exactly. So
he said, yes. There
that's
is
what they-
money. and
That's what they have now.
Right.
Is my understanding. If something catastrophic or, you know, what, I don't know, furnace, whatever, something like
Unexpected,
that,
yeah.
unexpected, then we could apply. We could use money that's in the reserve fund that they have now. Those reserve fund that I think everyone else wants is something to just put money away so that,
Yeah,
you know, in 5 years, if someone needs, our
You have to
roof or
replace your
something.
carpet, replace
Yeah,
your carpet. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
something.
You're ready and you're not scrambling to find that. money.
Right.
and that's what we don't know,
That's what we
Right.
do not have.
okay,
now.
we
But
do
I
not
think
have that right
there's
now.
We don't.
interest from
Yeah.
People on the select board, I think,
Yeah.
to try and do that.
I think that would, she
Yeah.
said,
Mhm.
I think I stuck it in here. She said it was,
Is there access that we have to friends of the library in a situation where there's an unexpected cost?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I think we,
Has that happened historically?
I don't remember, well, for a long time, there was a lot more overlap between the Friends and the library. I mean, for a long time, Nan Mason wrote all the checks to pay for everything.
Mm,
Before, and then Mary
Came from the
finally
Friends of
said,
the Library, okay.
Mary finally said, you know, in the interests of transparency and everything, let's have them all go through the town. You are a town department. I think the Friends have been willing to pay, like when we've needed new window shades and that kind of thing. I don't know if they would, I mean, I'm sure they would if we made an appeal and said, you know, look, the door is falling off and we need a new door. I think they would probably, or there's a leak or something.
Mhm.
But I think they would prefer not to have that be where they put their money.
okay,
But one thing might be, and then I think the other part, which may be less of an issue than it used to be, though, is to make, because there is supposed to be a pretty clear division between the Library Board of Trustees and the Friends.
mhm,
I mean, that you all have signed this memorandum of understanding so that the Friends are in charge of their funds. And so that doesn't have an impact on the money that the library gets from the town.
Right.
okay. I see,
and it's an unknown amount.
Right, and we have no idea how much they have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing.
It is
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
thing.
huh. So we wouldn't want the Friends to fix the door because it's a town building.
Right.
And we would want them, we
Yes.
don't wanna bother the Friends for that when the town has the reserve
Right,
to
and
take
the
care of-
responsibility.
take care of their building.
Right.
I got it,
Right. And
okay,
I think that's come up with the senior center where they have asked, well, how come the Friends of the Senior Center can't pay for the roof? And that's
It's
not
the
the,
same thing, there's a Friends of the Seniors.
yeah, that's not the Friends of the Senior Center. I mean, they're there to raise money for, you know, flowers and programs.
Yeah.
and-
Okay.
I think it's similar.
okay.
All right.
So, move on to the director's report.
Okay, sorry, it's not in color. We're still a little behind in our circulation. I don't know. I'm shoving books at people every time they come into the library, but, I will reference again, it was very cold in February, a lot colder than it was last. I even looked up the
Yeah.
average temperature.
Did you really?
I did, because I thought, I don't want to just be making this up, but, so I don't know, because we even had fewer people come into the
It was
library.
snowier, right?
Yeah, it was much
Yeah.
snowier
On the
and,
roads. as well.
3 snow days in
Yeah,
February.
right. So, you know, it's not, I don't think it's a glaring, I mean, it's not, it's 150, 160 people-ish
Mm-hmm.
difference in terms of items of circulation, and less than that, 30,
Well, it's not people, it's
25.
books.
yeah,
or items,
books and
right?
items, yeah.
Mhm.
And it's, 25 people for, actual people in the door and everything, so. But I just want you to know that I'm aware, I'm not taking it lightly, I'm not dismissing that. I would like us to keep growing our numbers, we've been growing our numbers for a long time, and I would like to keep moving in that direction, so. And Cheryl and I are still looking at, you know, ways to get books like to the children's center. If they're unable to come to the library, can we create book kits for them about boats or dinosaurs or whatever they're studying, and then we could just take those over there, and that way they would have those resources.
Do you come up with, against people wishing that there was a way that books could come to them because they can't get to the library?
We have not, I have not had anybody directly ask me about that, but we did in the outreach committee, we did work on I can't remember what we called it, books to home.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Books on wheels.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Books
That would,
essentially.
that would be,
Books on
it took us
wheels.
weeks to think of that. That would go out, be delivered by Meals on Wheels people,
Mhm.
and then, yeah, I think it was Books on Wheels.
I think so too.
And then that could be expanded to anybody who needed. So I think it's certainly, I mean, we've done it very informally in the past, like, oh, I know so-and-so up the road is just home from the hospital. And
Mhm.
she wants these 5 books, and I dropped them off on my way to home from work.
Okay. But so did you talk to anybody from Meals on Wheels?
We
And
did,
They
yeah.
said,
Yeah.
sure.
They did.
They distributed a questionnaire, maybe?
I'm not
Okay.
even sure we got
Or
that
a
far. And
pamphlet?
we were gonna talk to Patty, and then I sort of forgot about it. I have to admit.
Well, we discovered there are actually very few people in the other week.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
that's what it was.
But we were gonna try it anyway, I thought.
I
Yeah,
thought you did. I thought you included a flyer in the Meals on Wheels,
You came up with
Something
them.
like that.
We did
Yeah.
come up with a flyer.
and I thought it went out and that there wasn't, there just aren't a lot of
There, no,
It's not a big demand.
stops.
but
no.
I'm wondering if there's a way to distribute it otherwise, so that
Yeah,
Yeah,
our,
we talked
Exactly.
about that through the church and the senior center, if there's anybody in your organization that's looking for books to be delivered,
right,
let us know. And you've done
Had a
that.
formal process, we could also put it in Front Porch Forum.
Right.
and-
Right.
yeah, it could be on the website and that
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I can look into it a little bit more and certainly see if there's
Yeah.
other libraries that are doing it. They might have
Well, there's-
ideas of,
wasn't there one? There
in
was one.
Essex, that's doing the Meals on Wheels thing.
Yeah,
Mm.
And I think
Jeff-
they have not had out.
That's
a lot of
right.
People using
it
it.
could be just people that don't use Meals on Wheels, though we don't have a formal
Exactly.
way to recognize
Right.
who
Right,
that group might be.
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't even have to be a group. It could just be people in
Anybody,
town who can't get to the library.
Could be in one of the newspapers on the library page.
Mhm.
We would do
Yeah.
that. And it
Yep.
goes out to
Yeah,
everyone
cause
gets that.
we're gonna have someone here at the library be the contact
Yep.
person. Wow, we really
I
organized.
know, we were ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't actually sound like there's a strong demand. People aren't making a fuss about not being able to access books.
But I don't
Hard to
know if people even know that it could be an option.
Yeah.
Might be something to
Yep.
float out there and see.
But you do deliver It's
Mhm.
not unusual that you guys
We deliver.
drop
Yeah,
books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody calls and asks.
yes.
So that's just sort of an incidental count.
Mhm.
You don't call it like,
No, I mean, I think it's, it goes in the state report and it's, 35 books every year or something. So
that's
I kind of
something, right?
keep account, but it's not a huge number.
Okay.
But we did have people come to the library, so that was good. Candidates night was a big success and crochet and knit night continues to be popular. Thank you, Lindsay, for keeping that going.
Big party.
And let's see, Cheryl is working on summer reading. We had this really cool, I don't know if anybody noticed it. It sort of looked like it was made out of Tinker Toys. It was this display up here. And it was called Welcoming Libraries. And the Department of Libraries is sending it around to different libraries to, as a way to remind people that we are welcoming of everybody. As perhaps some others in our country are not. Georgia's getting ready to restart the cataloging committee. She is one of the senior catalogers in Vermont, so we're lucky to have her.
Great.
And we're waiting for our new shelving. It's coming from Canada, so who knows if that is ever gonna happen. I know. Sorry, it's not coming.
A year, 2 years?
Four.
Poor Jake, he keeps getting ready.
And there'll be no brackets.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance, Jenny and Charles Russell are putting together this map display of all these like Jenny has a 1942 and a 1962 aerial maps of all of Charlotte there.
Oh, cool. Wow.
So she's gonna have those up and there's a whole bunch of other sort of memorabilia that goes along with that. That's gonna be on, that'll be the art exhibit for May and for March and April.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah. And then Susanna is going to the AI and Libraries workshop on Thursday.
Very
So she
cool.
can come back and tell us all about it.
Where's that?
It's an online workshop,
Oh.
probably run by her.
Right.
Alexa. We're 92%. I think I keep saying that, but I'm so excited towards our sustainability goal. We just have to
Excellent.
put our final report together. I'm working on the new version of the policies and eventually the formatting is so messed up that I'm actually having to just retype the whole thing.
Oh,
It's very fun. We need to update the contact list maybe in April when Hyla's here and we'll just go around and make sure everybody's stuff is the same. There is a trustee training in April.
great.
So
That's not the ethics training you were talking about?
no, the ethics training is all municipal government. This is just for library trustees. This link here is the one that they did last year. They will be doing a live one this year and I'll let you know when that is if you want
Please
to
do.
sign up for that one. But this has got helpful slides about your
Yes.
role as a trustee.
Yeah.
And then I did want to let you know, if I can find it, the Association for Rural and Small Libraries, of which we are a member. And I'll go back here. Oh, it's not- Where is it?
Will you be printing out new versions of the policies for our binders?
Yes, so that's, you will
cool.
eventually get that.
Great.
So they put out this statement of support for their communities, meaning rural and small libraries, I think in response to the pushback that a lot of libraries have been getting. It was just so nice to read it and just, I thought, gosh, if you're and I think it's worded very carefully so that if you're a librarian in Alabama or Texas, that you might feel supported without feeling like it would be dangerous for you to be part of this group.
Okay.
What is this association?
It is, basically, it's the Association for Rural and Small Libraries. It is the group, when I did my library leadership training, I did that through ARSL. And any library that is small and or rural can join. And it's become more of a sort of force in the library world. I think someone finally realized there are a lot of small and rural libraries out there, and
Interesting.
so
Good.
yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was really nice.
Yeah.
And then we got, it's not official until March 19th, next Wednesday, but we got the ALA accessibility grant, so we could put the railing in
Oh,
on the,
great.
yeah. And we're working on the garden signage to be installed this spring. And I did apply for an ARSL grant to get a generator and what's it called? A manual, some kind of plug you need to have so that you can plug your generator in so that you can use your generator if you lose electricity.
Mm.
So we wouldn't, I checked with Wolfger, we wouldn't be able to cover the entire library, but we could like have enough electricity to have the bathroom pipes not freeze and keep the program room open and have
Great.
Wi-Fi, so. You
That's
know,
great.
in an extreme circumstance, it would be something,
Right.
anyway.
Like for warming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's all I've got.
And a
Excellent.
water bottle filler.
Yes, I've always wanted a water. bottle
Yes.
filler.
Would be.
Oh, the kind of.
Yeah.
The garden signage, this was what you needed to run by the select board?
Of course.
Approved it? Okay. Here.
I'm almost
Of
afraid to
course.
bring up this other one, but I'm actually thinking might be an easier conversation.
So
Maybe
are
not
the policies as you're
necessary.
typing them up, are there any that we need to read?
I think you all have done a pretty good job
Okay.
through last year, because we kind of hit a bump with the personnel policies, and you can't do anything about those anyway because
Yeah.
of the negotiations.
Right.
So I think you're pretty much up to date until, I think the only thing would be if you wanted to add board meeting policies such as Anne Marie had recommended. That was in that Lebanon, New Hampshire link. Or if there is, the Department of Libraries just issued a model collection development policy. So it would be good maybe if someone from the board and I read through that together and compared it to ours, and then if it seems like there's not that much difference, then we wouldn't need to make any changes, but if it's like, oh, we didn't include that in our collection development policy, it would probably
Okay.
be good to revise what we've got.
And where is the schedule of the policy?
Updates.
Updates?
Haven't made it yet because I was
Okay.
waiting to find out
Okay.
about the union stuff.
Okay.
And you
okay.
all got through a lot last year,
Yeah.
so you might not need to do much this year.
Okay.
I mean, I think this year could be the year to tackle these trickier, like, do you want to have board meeting policy? You don't really have any policies governing how long anybody can
call.
talk at your
Yeah.
meetings and that kind of thing.
Public comment.
Right.
We were
Stuff.
gonna see if
Okay.
Vermont has some recommended ones.
Yeah, and I have not been able to find it,
Oh,
but I will. At least the Department of Libraries didn't know of anything. Kevin Unrat said, oh, that one from Lebanon looks good, and that was about all he said, so.
that's how the things get done.
Yeah.
And the ethics training,
So I guess the select board will be taking that up, but last I heard from Nate, the select board would like at least one person from the library board to take the ethics training.
and is that a online thing? you can do Whenever?
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
And I think it's, I don't think it's ready yet,
Oh,
or
okay.
at least not, the Charlotte isn't ready, let's put it that
Okay.
way.
Okay. Any questions for the director's reports?
Nothing from me?
Thank you.
Check out more books.
Check out more books. Wonder if it was ski and ride.
Must have
Maybe
been.
that's, I know. Sorry.
Is there outreach committee?
No, we didn't
Okay,
meet this
okay.
month. We need to get together this month. We'll talk about the home delivery. You called me about something too, to get on the agenda for an outreach meeting. I wrote it down and I don't have it with me. We'll think
That's
about
a good
it.
idea.
It was a great idea. It was worth writing down and it's at home in my work notebook, not here.
Okay.
So I'll get something scheduled. That's it for me.
So. The action items. The first thing is election of officers. So we have chair, vice chair, secretary, and treasurer. And then the last position, do you have a name for it?
Member at
large.
That's what I've been.
Yes. You've been a fantastic member.
Great job. Thank you.
So we'll just start with chair position. I would like to nominate Lindsay for chair position.
I'd like to second that.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Be honored. This isn't gonna get weird, is it? Don't do this to me.
Yeah.
No. I accept.
Alright,
And you think?
we just go to the vote. Do I take any other, are there any other nominations, I guess I should.
Are you kidding?
We're recording.
No.
Okay, seeing none, we will, so, all in favor of Lindsay Smith becoming our chair, say aye.
Aye.
I'll vote for
You
myself.
can't. Any nays? All right, well, congratulations.
I have a sash for you.
Depends what your new role is. There's still time.
Yeah. All right, moving to vice chair.
I would nominate Janice.
I
If you would accept it.
accept, but that means someone would need to be the secretary, other than me, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes,
True.
yes.
Yeah.
If someone wants to be secretary, take that on.
I'll do it.
Mhm.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, you were jumping up for it. I cut it out.
I mean, if you want, if someone wants to be the vice chair, I can be the secretary.
No, honestly,
Okay,
no.
okay. You want my notebook, don't you?
If I had to choose between secretary or treasurer, I'd probably choose secretary, but I'll take whatever
No,
job seems
I would,
honest.
I do treasurer. If Margaret would be okay with that,
I just need someone to help me with the spreadsheet and sign the,
yeah, actually, I would like to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
I would do the secretary.
All right.
Oh,
Great.
you get the notebook. Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
There's an
will
official notebook.
second the official notebook. I will second the nomination of Janet to be the vice president. And I will nominate Robert to be the treasurer.
I will second that.
All right,
I will too.
and then I will nominate for secretary.
Okay.
Second,
I'll second that.
okay,
Right.
all right.
We have to vote?
I
No,
think you do.
I don't think we do.
Oh,
Okay.
Do we?
Oh, yeah,
For
I'm
you?
sure we would have.
We
to
voted
vote,
for you.
right? I think we should.
No, we did vote for, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's fun.
Okay.
But this will start next time, so unless you
Yes.
wanna do the minutes for
Oh, I haven't been elected yet.
I'm gonna-
This whole
Gonna give
slate,
you.
That's a
whale
great
tail.
idea.
and they just have it as chair, vice
Mhm.
chair,
Yeah.
as nominated.
And then I
Okay,
can
so we
update it
have-
on the website.
Exciting.
Lindsay as chair, Janice as vice chair, Robert as treasurer, and Matt as secretary, and Hyla will be member at large.
Yeah,
Great,
all right.
good.
All in favor?
Aye. Excellent.
Okay. Keep looking at me, I'm thinking, you're supposed to be doing this. No, no, no,
Does
no.
it
I-
not yet?
I can keep doing. it.
Please. Keep going.
Woohoo. This is exciting.
No, it's good, because I really didn't want to be the secretary.
Well, I do appreciate that you were willing to jump in like that.
So
You'll.
we're good to each other here.
Share.
The meeting.
Yes,
meeting
you have this
recording is
exciting
very
recording.
helpful.
Okay, yes, you'll go back and listen to the whole meeting again?
Yes,
Okay, good enough.
I mean, I found that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do some
Both.
notes, but this
Yeah, it's a lot.
is really helpful.
Okay, good.
Maybe get a new car. Oh,
Mm.
Mission statement.
It's a new package.
Yep, I saw
I
that.
think it's all done as far as I know. It's exciting. It doesn't spell out anything, as you pointed out, unless you want to rearrange them.
It doesn't have a title.
It does not, because it normally sits at in the opening page of the
Mhm.
policies. I think the one actually there does say mission and values.
would we post this somewhere? Because this is nice.
I think we should, yeah.
Put it out to the papers.
We'll put it out on the bulletin board.
I like that statement.
Now, are we voting to?
I think you voted on it last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just liked it so much, we wanted to show everybody again.
Wonderful. Good.
Great work.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
Let's talk about we talked about that already.
Yeah.
In September.
Should I attend that?
Oh,
Probably.
We probably should.
Okay,
Once I find out more about it, I'll let you know.
okay. Do you want me to ask Nate or do you
You
wanna?
can,
Okay,
couldn't hurt. He might just be tired of hearing from me
I'll
sometimes.
bug him.
Hearing from a new person is helpful.
Okay.
The board meeting policies, so. As you said, so we should probably look at both of those things and.
Yeah, I sent them to you. There's a link in the email I sent, which you should be able to open. This one. This one was a Google Doc, so I know you couldn't open that one, but the other one was from the Lebanon Library in New Hampshire, so,
Is that the public comment policy?
yeah.
Right. And I'd be willing to kind of meet with you and talk about.
Oh, okay. Oh, that would be helpful. That would be great. Thank you.
We have to remember to tell Nate who the new officers are.
Yes,
And put it on the
that's right.
town, webpage.
Who does that? Who talks to
think
him
Nate-
about that?
Nate.
No, but
Oh,
who
I
tells
can-
him?
I
Okay,
can.
all right.
The other thing, while you're getting that up, which I was thinking about, particularly last night, is, and I know we've talked about a memorandum of understanding with the select board.
Mhm.
And developing that, and I think
Mhm.
now might be a good time to really
Yes.
work on that.
With some positive vibes, it'll be
Yeah.
easier to get something meaningful and,
Yeah.
yeah.
What would it generally be?
Kind of like a who's in charge of what type of statement or collection of statements. Is what my sense is,
Yeah,
so that we actually can. Well, for one thing, kind of as the signage that you brought up, Matt. kind of
Right.
As a, do we really need to go in front of the select board to do that, or was that something that we could have done? So I think,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of identifying what our responsibilities are related to the select board and what their responsibilities are related to us. So,
How do we kick that off?
Well,
I think we have
here
it.
we are.
Cause there is no memorandum of understanding now.
No.
Correct. And there's one with
The
fire
Friends.
department.
Oh, yes, that's
They
right.
have one.
Yes,
with the
that's right.
county. I remember mentioned that, I think. Does the Friends, the library have one?
The trustees has one with the Friends,
Okay,
but I don't,
Is that in here?
should be. It's not.
I'm sure it's.
And I know as I'm trying to find, I did contact the Department of
Yeah.
Libraries and they did.
Friends
have that.
section. It starts with the memorandum of understanding between the Friends of the Library and Charlotte.
I don't have a friends section.
Okay.
No,
I'll have to get you a phone. set.
I'll take a friends section.
It's 2 pages.
I need some friends.
Um. So I'll have to look those up
Okay,
and get what I can get. But,
So we could look to see, does Shelburne have a member? of
Right,
understanding
right.
Or any other local
Right.
libraries there somewhere?
right, and I think that could also further clarify, library employees are town employees and, you know.
Yeah.
just to avoid all this rigmarole.
Yeah, just get it over
And
with.
try to stay away from the evening part of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think,
Yeah.
you know, just library, this is a department of the town,
Mhm.
all staff are town employees.
yeah,
That's all you need to say.
so I don't know if you want to get like a. Group of
Mhm.
couple of us together and work.
that'd be great.
I'd be happy to do that.
Good. So I'll see what I can find and then I'll get in touch
Mhm.
with the two of you.
Is there any other? New business, any thoughts, any things that need to be thought of? In the new year, I guess, any things that we might be thinking of?
Does anybody have any interest in taking over signing checks on Monday? Is anybody around on?
Yeah, I have interest, I'm just not here. to-
Yeah. Okay,
Is that usually the job of the
member at large.
member at large?
Supposed to have
Yeah.
been my job this year, but I shirked that duty,
That's okay.
except for the one
No,
time.
no, yeah.
But is Hyla, might she be able, if she's the member at large, maybe she would be
She
able to.
could,
Yeah.
I know she's working part-time, but,
Yeah.
and is around town. But
Okay.
I don't know if it's a set schedule or not.
Okay,
Well,
Yeah.
we can ask her this.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. I can email her and ask,
Okay,
but I'll keep doing it until,
And then the treasurer does the party.
Friday. What have you
What do I
signed
do
yourself
Friday?
up
Yeah.
for?
but we
What do I-
switch sometime, but I
Yeah.
would switch with Anne Marie sometimes.
Okay.
So to clarify, on Monday,
So-
you go over there and you pick some stuff up for the library?
I
such
sign-
as- or you-
So the checks will have been written by Mary, so I just have to check the checks against the statements
Okay,
to make sure that the check number matches and the amount matches, and then I sign my name and date. And then I bring the folder back.
Right, so that's the warrants. Then the treasurer, the Friday beforehand,
this is what
or
I
it could
did
be the
for this
Thursday
past
or
Friday.
whatever.
I did not do a warrant, I did what I brought over a
Yeah.
credit card statement.
Yes, exactly, and you signed that,
Okay.
right?
And then I went and signed.
And then Janice went and signed
The
the
warrant.
warrant for that payment.
That's called a warrant?
Mhm.
Oh.
So Fridays I go over there.
No, you
and
come
Come
here,
here,
Mhm.
then you look through, I'll have the stack of bills and timesheets.
okay,
You'll look through them, you'll sign where it says treasurer,
okay,
that you okay that we're paying this amount.
okay,
And then you'll sign my timesheet. And actually, this Friday, I won't be here, but I'll have the stuff ready for you.
okay,
You'll sign my timesheet and then I will assign everybody else's timesheets. You take the timesheets and the bills with the remittance request that you and I have both signed over to Mary.
okay.
There are some times you can't do it, I can do
Well,
it.
so this Friday I
Same.
won't be able to do it
Okay.
because I'm working.
I'll be here this Friday, so I can do it.
Okay,
But then somebody has to sign for me on
Monday.
Monday. Can
I
you do
can do
warrants on
Monday.
Monday? Okay,
So I'll
or
do
one of you can do it. I'll let you figure it out.
so you'll do Monday?
I'll do Monday.
Okay.
And I'll do Friday.
Thank you very much. I know it's not like. We are grateful. It means we get paid. It means the bills. Thank you, Matt, for signing that because the credit card one is the one that I worry the most about because then we get that. Sometimes there's a delay. If it doesn't go through there right away, then it's late getting to the processing and then we get charged a late fee. You just feel silly.
Alright, so we do have one here. Possible. Union discussion. I don't know that there's anything we need to talk about. So,
Don't know anything.
yeah. So. we can-
Are we allowed to ask the library staff, how's it going with the union negotiations or no? There's limited
I think
information.
you
they
can
share with
ask
us.
them. I
We
mean, I
ask.
think it could be good or bad. I don't think they can give you any details.
And can we ask the select board how it's going and would we expect to get any details? Or is
That's a good
everybody sworn
question.
to say?
I wouldn't.
I don't feel
Ongoing
comfortable
negotiation.
asking anybody about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
I'm just so afraid of. Maybe it's just the trauma from the last, from this
It's just all
experience to
still
date,
feels
but
so dishonest in some way.
I know.
It's the agenda, I couldn't quite figure it out.
I
I've never
understand.
gotten past that.
No, I don't want, I'm very,
we go
I don't
to
I
wanna,
wonder if we're
Yeah,
gonna discuss
yeah,
it.
you're.
yeah.
So you want to go into executive session?
I think so.
I think
Okay.
so.
If we're
All
gonna,
right,
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I mean. all right.
that's okay. All right.
So we'd like to make a motion to go into the executive session to discuss AFSCME bargaining unit per one VSA, section 313. Second, all in favor?
Right.
Oh, I guess I'm going into this one. All right, open all. I want to join now. Thank you.
So we're out of executive session and no decisions were made. So is there any business? If not, we can make a motion to adjourn. I hear a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, I hear a second.
I'll second.
All in favor? All right. And we are, and our next meeting is April 3rd. So 6 o'clock.
All right.
Thanks,
there we
everybody.
go.